And welcome here to the 2025 Lacrosse Australia National Championships under lights here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club, live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network. And boy, do we have a cracker of a game here tonight. It is Victoria versus South Australia. These two teams last year met in what was almost a knockout final in Perth, and SA with a really young side getting up and over the line to play WA in the final. And so there'll be a bit of feeling in this contest, and because we only get the best in when the cream rises to the top for our games, we're joined by, well, it's his first ALN visit. Dave Joy, welcome to the Australian Lacrosse Network, mate.
Thank you, Tony.
It is a beautiful night for lacrosse now. The wind's gone away. It's still minus 74 out here, Dave.
You're in Melbourne, Tony.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful night for lacrosse. Glad it's got a little bit darker out here. These lights have started to take a bit of effect as South Australia send their starters on, and we see in the cage for South Australia is Cody Watts, and I think Sean Aaron just making his way out there, the captain of Victoria.
Yep, big number one.
In the cage for Vic. Yeah, this is a really interesting game, Dave. Both teams on paper, you look at it, South Australia look like they've got a really young side.
Yeah, they do.
And Victoria, well, they're bristling with some names there that are well used to playing higher lacrosse, and they're about to be told the rules, or basically look after yourself. Looks like Tim Kennedy is the head referee this evening.
He'll be firm but fair, Tony. You know what he's like.
Well, we do, because he does that with the Australian Lacrosse Network, mate, and everything in lacrosse these days, as he will set the first face-off. As we see, I'll tell you what, Luke Keesing made it down to the goals quicker than down the other end there. And we wish the officials all the best as well.
Yep.
So Dave will be, he'll be special comments tonight and coming in with all the stats that matter. So it's great to have him on board. And we'll see young Jack Inge in the middle here. Up against, I reckon it's...
Noah Jenny, 5.
Noah Jenny is in there for... I was going to say, I had to look there for a second. He's
different uniform.
Lost a bit of weight.
Oh, he's a big unit. Oh, that's
sorry,
Clark.
19. So that's Clarkey. I was going to say, Noah Jenny's lost a bit of weight. But South Australia picked the ball up first, and they'll bring the ball into offense. As running it down there. And South Australia have Winnan, who has Pike on his right-hand side. Jesse Winnan, he has played many high levels of lacrosse. He's been a 2 or 3 time Australian box player, I believe.
Oh, more than that, I think, Tony.
And here's Jack Price wearing number 40. It's unusual to see him in a 4-0. As the ball comes back up the top there. And Price, he'll be one of their mainstays. Carries a good ball, shoots left and right-handed. If you didn't know, you'd think he was a righty, a lefty, but ball comes down there to Haskett. That's Noah Haskett. Dougie Brooks, plenty of movement from South Australia, winning up the top. Price, he's picked up the shorty. This is a matchup he likes. Looks to come down, he'll fire that. And that's come off the keeper. Ball to be won as ball is on the deck. Rubbing is racing, let him play, and the reset on. We do have shot clocks in here. Flag comes down, and South Australia will be in a man-up opportunity here. And just sucking in a couple of big ones there is Jack Price, wore one there. So for those who are playing at home for the first time, shot clocks are now part of the international lacrosse scene. There is an 80-second shot clock. and that was just been reset, so you may pick them up on the camera, you may not. They're in the bottom corners. As there he is from the top centre. And on the board first is Jack Price. I said he can do it left or right. He tried it left. Sean Aaron with a save on that one. Where's the penalty out there? And Price just from top centre fires away.
That's good conversion there. Price up the high post, a good range shot, and Sean Aaron, as most goalkeepers, will struggle under the lights, but good start for South Australia.
It is, and here's Noah Jenny. So we were just
ready
a little bit first, but ball out. Noah Jenny really strong. Good pick up there from Harris. Josh Harris, Sharks player, and has pace to burn, as does the man chasing him there in Cal Gibson, who was just awarded the Isaacson, wasn't it? Shelley Marr for the women. Oh, top shelf, Jesse Winnan. Just rattling the cookie jar up the top. Does not need an excuse to shoot Winnan. And there's two in about a minute, Dave.
Here again, Victorian defence staying back in their heels, and JC Winnan, he doesn't mind step to the plate, rip it up high into the bar. 2-0 South Australia. And
we've got an official's timeout here, just to double check something, as which allowed Victoria to just get the man on the opposite wing as the clocks are stopped. So yeah, 80-second shot clock. If it's saved in the defensive end, there's a 20-second to clear the halfway line, and then 60 seconds. Shot clock will reset when it does hit the keeper or the cage on a shot, not a defender. So ball with Clark. Clark up against Palmer, just pushing him to the sideline. Good interception. It's ball to be won on the deck there. Plenty of bodies going in, and Victoria take the ball out through Baker. Another one of those Aussie Sharks, Dave?
Yes, yeah, boy of Malvern.
And he's doesn't mind lighting up a cage either and telling you about it when he scores. Does Mitchie. So Gareth Allen coaching Victoria. He's got a fairly decent coaching panel with him. Trav Roos coming over from WA.
Yep.
But Victoria with their first offensive foray.
It's Donnie Howard to the right.
Oh, Donnie Howard rips one high. And another one of those Aussie Sharks from 23 in San Diego. And Howard just comes down that left-hand pipe, and yeah, as you say, in this light, you see the quality of keepers of Aaron and Watts. Those high shots are hard to pick up, Dave.
Yeah, that's certainly different tone under the night lights. Shooting would be critical, goes without saying. See the pressure on the wings. South Australia picked the first two face-offs. That wing is Noah Jenny again.
So great pick-up there from Sydney Dunham. Dunham looks to go wide, and good hold. Still wide, throws that one out of bounds, but that was the right pass down the back bottom corner. Great pick-up there from Dunham. And ball coming out here through James Mullins. Mullins, having played box for Australia. Cody Watts finds upfield. And
7 Adams.
And that's Kai Williams actually wearing number 7.
Another one.
So just another tricky one for us. We knew there was another change. So Kai Williams wearing Cam Adams, the coach's number 7, I think that is. So maybe he's passed it down there to Kai. Kai originally down to wear number 44. Knocked out of bounds there by Campbell McKinnon. So Williams is sleek on his feet. Is Kai Williams. Steps down, fires, and that one just goes past the left-hand side of the cage. And South Australia putting their shots on at the moment. Ball with Winnan. And Winnan steps around, just holds such a good ball, Winnan.
Ooh.
And again, another opportunity. Looks like Jesse Winnan has come to play tonight.
Yeah, that was a good shot. He's back. Oh, he's missed that one.
I don't think he minds that pressure, though. You know, that box player just holds such a good ball. Good save there from Clark. Oh, a little flick there from Arlen Lim. Fires up and over the top, but backed up there by Kai Williams. They want to get their passes up here, South Australia. Too many balls for me at the feet at the moment. Ollie Walsh up the top. Comes down left. Looks up, fires the Winnan. And Sean Aaron, he's seen some of the best in the world shoot from 15 metres. I know Jesse got the first one, but he had plenty of angle on the first one. That one not so much, and Sean Aaron just eats it up. Rock Gourley looks to pick up the ball, kicks it down to Gibson. Gibson over to Mollison. And Mollison just gives it to Baker. So Baker, ball down the back, and the rotation to Gibson to McKinnon. McKinnon up to Plum. And Plum, he loves a televised game, does Chris Plum. Always looks to get in early and fire, and does on cue. But that's going to turn over as no backup.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad lacrosse. He must back the shots up.
And that's a bit of a coach killer, those ones. As we see Justin Steele on the field here in front of us. His first national tournament as a senior player for South Australia. Arlen Lim. As McKinnon steps into a pick. Good work there from Ed Pike. Ball down to Winnan. Winnan will fire again and fires right. And again, no backup. So...
end to end.
1 for 1. Probably evens it out, doesn't it? As ball comes on the outer side there. Great clear there from Buchanan. Ball up the top to Baker. Baker, we've already seen Howard with one. He looked to come down that post again. He liked the first one he got.
Yeah, he likes that lane down there. Interesting, Victoria put the ball to the back too much.
So ball down with Buchanan. Buchanan.
Dominant left-hander.
Picked up Jack Wallet. Good defensive midi. And good double there from Harris. Again, just watching these guys with international experience play lacrosse at this level is it's always pretty to watch, Dave.
Yep. He's Baker on the left.
Baker
Here it comes.
Fires.
There it goes.
Gee, I tell you what. He won't be happy with that one, knowing the guy in the cage. That was stick side low. But Baker, we've seen him do that at the highest level too. I remember against the Netherlands, he had a breakout game in San Diego for the Sharks. Watching it live. And was in the commentary box with ESPN that day.
Yeah.
And got to watch it from a great vantage point. And Baker, I think he got 2 or 3 that day and really started to shine. So 2-2 is the score. Ball comes out through Clark. Clark, that's a possession ball. And that could turn over. No. Just to the advantage of Victoria as Gibson is picked up by Palmer. Gibson up to McKinnon, and subbing there is Sean Clark. Kicks it over to Baker. Baker as Clark releases Mollison there. Ball up the top. Oh, good check. Just enough to get Aaron Batsis to throw a bad pass, and out it goes. So an opportunity here for South Australia. Pike has the ball down to Winnan, and we might keep a as red offside. So there's another coach killer.
Turnover.
as Gibson.
Liam.
But Yeoman will run the ball up and over. And Cal Gibson picks the ball, kicks it to Aaron Battis. And no damage done from that pass of Marcus Aaron Battis.
No,
To turn the ball over. Howard already has one. Looks to rotate around. Back up the top to Baker. Baker, we've already seen him shoot from that spot. Looks to get inside. And another one there for Howard. And clear it is. And Victoria take a 3-2 lead.
Yep.
Just a good instep there from Howard to beat the defender, Dave.
Yeah, he moves all around the goal. Donny Howard, very quick to seize an opportunity. Once he finds a gap in that defence, he'll take it to the heat. Good finish.
So South Australia started this game and they got the first 2 goals on the board. It has been 3 unanswered goals now for Victoria. So they lead 3 goals to 1. So an opportunity here as two players run in, and we might have a whistle on the play here. So that is a loose ball push called there. So South Australia will retain the possession of the ball. And ball comes up here to Kai Williams. Kai Williams to Jack Price. Price looks to take on the man. Fires from downtown. Sean Aaron with a big save. Popped up, didn't know where that one had actually ended up, and Victoria just throw the ball out of bounds on the turn. Good defensive pressure from South Australia, Dave.
That's good riding too. South Australia very quick to get on the Victorian defenders. See if they can force an error.
So 4 minutes to 20 to go in the first term here. Really entertaining game. We knew it would be. And an opportunity for South Australia. So Brooks has the ball, kicks back over the opposite side. Williams steps in, looks to fake, does fake, pops it, and a nice little bounce pass there from Kai Williams. Gets South Australia back in equal terms with Victoria. And just a good little fake shot there, just tucked the stick to get an extra couple of metres in. And just finishes with a great bounce pass, Dave.
Yeah, it was a good move. He put the fake on and drew the Victorian play to go for him. Then he stepped inside him. Nice bounce pass. Sean Aaron will be looking for it up top, I think.
And Jack Inge with that last face-off win. And we've got a legal procedure here, withholding. So Inge called for withholding there on Clark. And a reset. So the shot clock hasn't really come into effect yet with this 80 seconds. I mean, a lot of talk was had when it first came in that it's going to affect the game massively. The only thing for me it will affect, Dave, is referees don't have to call stall calls now.
That's true. Here's McKinnon at the top. Here we go. Plum.
And that's hit the defender in front there and the attacker. And ball is on the deck. Nice pickup and take there from Gibson at the back. Baker fires again. That's hit the defender again. As that one's hit the defender. Cody just picks one out. That's missed the pass. And that could end up back in a Victorian stick. And that is Gibson. So Gibson to Aaron Batsis. Aaron Batsis down to Plum. We've got a whistle on the play and a timeout here to Victoria. With about 2 minutes 40 to go in the quarter. What have you liked so far, Dave, on this game?
I've liked the pace, Tony, end to end. Not too much ball retention. Made a couple of mistakes, both teams, but I think they'll warm up, get towards quarter time now. I think they'll find the groove. Poor old goalkeepers, they got to feel a little bit for them. It's a tough gig at night.
It's a tough gig at night, both of them. But the good thing is they're on even footing, so they both have to deal with it. And it's been a bit of an arm wrestle so far because South Australia got out the blocks. They were 2-0 up. you know, Victoria come back, score 3 unanswered goals, so they're sort of looking like they're going their way. And all of a sudden, another one put on the board there from Williams. And the score is even as we get to the first term, and the game probably belies that at the moment of where it should be, 3-3.
Yeah, they've both won a fair share across the midfield. Victoria's had 4 possessions, and so too has South Australia.
So ball will start down in Victoria's end, and Gareth Allen using a timeout there just to try and draw something up. And this is where, as a coach, you are either a hero or a villain, because if you score, you go, that was fantastic. If they have 3 passes and turn the ball over, you waste a timeout. So Plum, really wide set here, kicks the ball there to Howard. Howard to Gibson, down to Aaron Batsis. Aaron Batsis down the back to Baker, and we've gone a full circle. Also out there in the crease is Mollison. Ball up. Palmer just trying to play that top side, fires, and that's hit another defender in the middle. And that's come off South Australia. So no reset on the clock there, 47 seconds, still on the shot clock. So there's no reset on the clock for those who haven't had much to do with the, oh no, Baker allowed to go by himself. Good save there from Watts. And that was one-on-one on that bottom corner, and a huge save there from Cody Watts in the cage. And ball comes out. Sometimes it's those Henry Haskett. He is a defensive midi and playing exactly as that for South Australia. Done his job, cleared it in, and says, okay, boys, go and do some work. So Walsh here, that's Ollie Walsh. His brother Harry in the under-20 Australian side is about to go to Jeju. And ball down the back here again has Jesse Winnan. He does not need an invitation to shoot and will step back and shoot if you don't shut down that space. So Justin Steele out there on the left as well. Oh, good look inside. Good save though. That was a good look to the opposite side. Just no angle there, and Aaron's had that one covered from the shot of Noah Haskett. As Plum just pumps a little ball up, and ball down into offense for Victoria. Baker down the back. You can hear the Victorian offensive set saying open, so they want a nice wide set here. Plum picked up Brooks, double comes. There must be a free man here. Has he got Plum? Again, looks to roll inside. Plum still with the ball. Good save again from Watts on the crease, and might have gone in the crease. And we had an offside there on South Australia, so flag was on the plate. So 15 seconds on the clock, 30 seconds on the penalty. Do you hold it here?
No, I go for it.
Yep. I think they're going to have a crack, are they? Yep. They want to have a go. So
yeah, I think they'll go for it and definitely shoot to the pipes, and if they miss, they can back it up, keep possession.
What you don't want to do here is turn it over.
You don't want to hit the goalie in the guts.
You don't want to hit the goalie in the guts, or just shoot a gun ball. Ball comes around on the backside, ball up the top, and that's come off the defender, and that could be a South Australia.
Oh.
And that's gone out of bounds, and that is time. So no possession by, or they're calling a Victorian possession there. Maybe first on. So we'll have to wait and see whether there is a face-off to start the second term. But I tell you what, the first term here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club has been a very interesting contest. And Dave, you're just having a look at some of the stats there as the two teams come together. Anything standing out stat-wise that, well, they're probably not separating anything at the moment?
No, very much, Tony. Both SA and Vic have had 8 shots on the net, scoring 3 apiece. And the shots that have gone wide hit the back fence. South Australia have had 4 and Victoria 2. And the work off the wings is pretty much even. So
pretty much the arm wrestle, and they're back with arms straight at the top.
50 cents each way.
Yep.
It's locked in.
It is locked in. And goal scorers for the game so far. We've got Donnie Howard for Victoria. He leads the scoring. He's got 2. And Mitch Baker gets the 3rd one, and that's their 3 for the quarter. And on the SA side, well, they're 3 individual goal scorers. We've got Price, Winnan, and Kai Williams. And tell you, there was a couple of heaters in there. One from Jack Price. Actually, Winnan's was pretty good, and Howard and Baker both with 2 really quick shots.
Yeah, they really can light it up, particularly, as I say, if they're Australian national team members. They're used to playing at this level, and they've got the ability to put that ball in the net.
And interesting, because at the moment they were going to announce the 30 contracted players for the Sixers last week, but decided against it until after this tournament. Good to see that both the women's and men's coach will be here this week at some point.
Yep.
So they will be interested, and possession was granted to Victoria. So they're going to have about 15 seconds in this man up, and Mitch Baker will start with the ball down in the bottom corner. So South Australia just having to just see out this because Victoria, well, I tell you what, they'd love to put one in this 15 seconds. And Plum kicks it over to Aaron Batsis. Down to Howard. Even score as they get settled, and no damage done on the power play opportunity.
And Baker's got the short stick. He'll come back to the right.
So he's got Henry Haskett.
Great look.
And Cody Watts just picked pockets there, and looks over, finds Palmer, and now they'll look to slow clear. Watts with the ball, looking to run it up. Looking to get him up high. Kicks it over. Looks now and needs to go up and over. Needs to bounce. And the 22nd. And there we go. There's the shot clock. So not having played a game yet with this shot clock, they've got 20 seconds to clear it over the halfway line. Not something that I think South Australia had spoken about. Looking at that, Dave?
Yeah, well, I guess they probably slipped their mind, but now they've been bitten once. Let's see if they can make the adjustments. Sure, they can.
Well, I'm sure the next one ends up going down in the offensive down forward.
Gibson.
Gibson loses the ball. Good check. Gibson comes off that stick. Now, here we go. Reset on the clock. 80 seconds, 20 seconds to get it across the halfway line. So they got bitten last time. Cody bringing the ball up. So 13 seconds. Ball needs to get up and over the halfway line. A note, though, that if you do actually check it in, Dave, into the forward end, you can actually bring it back over the halfway line if there's time left on that clearing shot clock. So there's something that coaches may look at some point.
Yeah, very handy.
So SA also setting in a wide set. Williams looking to cut through and give space. Ball on the bottom corner with Winnan. He'll just hold the ball to get in. Winnan draws 2, draws 3. As Winnan looks up, flag on the play, and that one's fired up and over, but we're going to have a penalty here on. So 1-4 with that is Brock Gawley for a 1-minute slash, and we'll have a power play opportunity here for South Australia. See what they've drawn up in their man up. So ball goes through X. Currently in a really wide, just 1, 2, 3. Now rotating players in off those back corners. Winnan looks to move it up, finds Price. Price back to Winnan. Winnan will shoot that every day of the week. And that's why he will shoot it.
Yeah.
Because when he is on and you give him space to step into, again, this light is not great for keepers But Jesse Winnan turning back the clock to 2016, just with a couple of early goals.
Yeah, well, they certainly look like their right-handers are going to be the one that's looking to do the damage for South Australia.
So Jesse Winnan gets his second of the game. South Australia out to a 4-3 lead. And as Jenny wins that one. Now, they've got to go back. Now, Victoria, have they seen what South Australia are doing? Because they're man down now and they've got to clear it within 20 seconds. So ball comes up and over right near the boundary line. Good pick up there. Good outlet there from Sean Aaron. And Buchanan, well, he was in the right spot at the right time. But a great clear there from a dual Australian Sharks player in Sean Aaron. Ball up the top to Chris Plum. As substitution comes on there, Mollison.
Yeah, Mollison, the dynamic left-hand cutter. There he is.
Looks
looking
inside,
for
little tip. And once again, just picks it off. And ball coming back the other way. Has runs up and over. And that's Henry Haskett again. And he will do exactly what we said last time. Take it from defence into offence and go and, no, he's going to, he's come back. So that's just
backdoored him.
Missed the opportunity there for that back door. As ball needs to be picked up here. And timeout called from South Australia. As Ed Pike just thought someone put butter on the ball then, Dave. Didn't want to pick it up off the ground. He said, can we get the ball changed here, please? It's a little bit slippery, this one.
Wasn't deflated, was it?
No. Well, we'll have to double check.
Tom Brady at work.
Yeah. He's everywhere, you know, Brady. He is.
He can do whatever he likes with the money he's got.
Oh, I tell you what. Well, I saw a thing the other day that said what he got paid for potentially per game.
Yeah.
And it's in excess of 50,000 US per game to sit there and do special comments. You haven't signed an ALN contract yet, mate, but there's nothing like that with the ALN. Yeah, but opportunity here for South Australia. They call the timeout. Couple of turnovers down in the Victorian end here, just trying to find that extra pass. One knockdown, one pick off. So they'll be looking, but you know what? If they do come off, they're one-on-one with the keeper.
That's what they're looking for. A little backdoor sneak from Mollison. Didn't quite come off, but I think he'll do it again.
So Price up against McKinnon. These guys know each other pretty well from the Aussie squads that they've been in. Ball well taken there from Brooks. Brooks to Winnan. Again, he just holds such a good ball, Winnan. And he's drawn another flag.
Crease, flag.
So hold for 30 seconds. So another man-up opportunity for SA. And again, someone who attacks the cage like that and holds a good ball really does put pressure on the defence.
Well, the defence chased the stick now, Tony. A thing like a body check, that's what's in the museum.
What is that thing you're talking about?
Yeah, it's in there with the dinosaurs.
It is. So Haskett has the ball to Williams. Rotation starts to happen here for the power play.
They look for the
right-handers. The bottom corner, that's just a terrible pass there and turned over. So a wasted opportunity there for South Australia.
Yeah, critical, particularly in the playing under the lights, these passes. Here's McKinnon with some leg speed.
Well, he hasn't lost any of that ever, has Campbell McKinnon. And ball finds its way very quickly down into the defensive SAN, and Victoria through Cal Gibson will start their offense. Plum, again, setting a nice wide set here. Baker with the ball. 50 seconds left on the shot clock. Aaron Batsis looking to get in. Is just being pressured there. I think that's Lewis King there. So opportunity here from Baker. Baker looks to go left, looks to go right. These two have played a bit of lacrosse against each other as well. Ball rotates around. Plum looks to give it there to Gibson. Gibson trying to go left, trying to go right, little shift, and that shot has gone nowhere near the cage. And no reset on the clock, so 22 seconds left on the shot clock. Again, to get a shot clock reset, you've got to hit the keeper or the cage. And 15 seconds, so they've got to go to the cage here to Victoria. Looks to rotate around. Baker just beats King, loses the ball. Opportunity here. Watts again. That's his third
fumble, straight out fumble.
And just picked up, and the keeper clears. So opportunity here for SA. Arlen Lim with the ball. Good chase down. Looks there, fires. Good save there.
That's a big save.
Sean Aaron, big in the cage with that save. But Ed Pike, he was going to put that through the bowling club, I reckon, down the back.
Yeah, super save.
So
again.
Justin still on for South Australia. Looks to roll around. Good young left-hander from South Australia, as I said, playing in his first. Oh, Kai Williams picks the ball up, little slide in there, and 1 and over. So crease infringement, as the two players just, back in the day, you would have had to buy someone a drink to be in a position like that, down on a crease. And Victoria get it up and over quite easily. And that clear took about 6 seconds, as South Australia not putting too much pressure on it. Plum has the ball up the top to Baker. Still 60 seconds on the shot clock. Aaron Batsis down the back. Lewis King looks inside. Oh, good work.
That little one.
And that's a great feed inside there to Tom Mollison.
I knew he'd come back.
And that's the one they were looking for, wasn't it? The last couple of times it's been knocked down and picked off, Dave.
Yeah, Plummy, or was it Gibson, was looking for him earlier.
So another one for Victoria. Brings it to a 4-all game. David, you've been with doing a heap of work with Melvin commentating, and with the ALN, mate, you must know that I love a golden goal. So have we got one here tonight?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Don't let the viewers down, Dave.
All right, yes, we will.
Absolute Dave's all over the golden goal right now.
Yeah, don't touch that dial.
So
McKinnon off the wing with that face off.
So good work there from Victoria. This is what they did in the first quarter. South Australia got on the board first, and then Vic came back and got 3 unanswered. So Clark looks to come around. Good save again from Watts. And just no angle there from Clark. And he's just using Tim Kennedy as a pick there. Henry Haskett. Aaron Batsis, one behind. Just wears good pressure inside to Baker. Baker looks to step inside, step outside. Look, Baker, one-handed. And Mitch Baker doing party tricks in the crease. The two defenders in Harris and Siva Subramaniam have he put the head in a spin, mate, did Baker.
That was a very nice, sweet move. I mean, I think South Australia thought I had him cornered a couple of times, but he slipped back and put it into the net. So Baker's second goal.
You like to see just good lacrosse, and we're glad we could bring it live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network here. We hope you're enjoying this coverage between South Australia and Victoria. And again, Victoria, they went on a 3-0 run. Baker looks to get in again. Double comes on Baker. Ball comes back up the top. Looks down the bottom corner. Jenny just with a bit of a ward there. Got away with one. Ball hits the deck. And opportunity as Baker has Harris. Great take there from young Noah Haskett. Flag on the play. That'll be a hold. I'm suggesting there's a hold coming here. Or we might have something actually in the back here. There might be a slash coming. So it might be something that happened back here where the flag went down. Okay, so the in-home is being charged with that because there was a slash had on the play. So South Australia will have another minute power play. So Tommy Mollison in home just scores a goal and he gets a penalty as well because they couldn't work out which player it was. Although in home, if you do get a knocked in, you get that goal as well. So he might be looking to fill up his bingo card.
He might get a cheap addition later on.
He might. There's an opportunity here. Another man-up opportunity for South Australia.
Look to the righties.
So Winnan
got a left. Will come back.
Williams.
There he is. And there it goes.
And again, just into that night light. That's the second ball that Jack Price has thrown.
Yeah.
One down the back, which was at the feet, and that one was high into the lights. So that's two 30-second or two man-up opportunities that have been. This is where you might use another timeout here if you can always come back. So they've read the rule book, which is good. As Baker checks it in now. And they will just run this penalty out up the top here. So Josh Harris coming to put some pressure on. And penalty released from the box. So with 40 seconds left on the shot clock, Victoria go about their work. Buchanan looks to the ball, just can't quite pick the ball. That's off a blue stick, and that's still off a blue stick, I think. And
played it red.
Well, I thought that was in Baker's stick then, and it's actually been knocked out of his stick. But a judge to go to South Australia. Arlen Lim will run the ball down to the bottom corner. We've got a 5-4 game here. 4 minutes 23 left on the clock. And Price looks to draw a crowd. Again, just a couple of those passes up a bit high.
Yeah, it's
making them stretch.
He's got the short stick. Short stick rotated out to him.
So ball down the back. So they go here with Lim. Jesse Winnan wants the ball. He looks to get inside. Does get it. Oh, he just carved his own path. I tell you what, that was like a hot knife through butter, Dave.
Where was the defence?
That's what I'm saying.
It's like he's dodging witches' hats. Oh, man.
And Winnan gets his third of the game. And he did, didn't he? He was dodging through, literally through witches' hats. That's a training drill.
Yeah, the Victorian defence really got to toughen up. There's nothing wrong with dropping a shoulder in there and trying to toughen him up.
Yep.
But,
put him on his bum.
That was a bit light.
So 5-all here. And Clark just doing his work. Ball comes up. Ball to be won. Picked up there by Shamo. Kicks it to Plum. Plum just nonchalant, one hand little pass over to McKinnon. McKinnon picks up Henry Haskett. McKinnon fires. Oh, McKinnon on the left. I don't know that didn't get a tip there somewhere. Because McKinnon shot that. It looked like the keeper had it covered and it ended up on the other side of him. And a quick reply there for Victoria. Campbell McKinnon getting on the board for his first goal of the night. Great drive from McKinnon up the top.
Yeah, I think he might have caught the South Australian keeper a little bit unawares that he was going to shoot it from out there. Still.
So ball goes out front, ball to be won. Henry Haskett picks it up. Oh, just stopped on a dime and saw Plum and Sydney Dunham. Just, great pickup again there from Haskett.
Timeout red.
Okay, so we've got 3 minutes 16. South Australia have now used their second timeout of the half. Probably a reasonable timeout to use when they called that, given the fact that looked like it was about to open up. Dave, when Haskett got that ball back in his stick.
Yeah, it was a good time now because they've really got to consolidate what they've been doing. The stickwork's let them down a couple of times. But I think Coach Adams will draw them up a play.
Yeah, well, I'm suggesting, given that Jack Price is he's just thrown a couple away, that it might revolve around Jack Price and Jesse Winnan.
Well, that's been the MO up to now, Tone, that Price is driving off the top and loading up, winding down on that bottom right. So we'll see what they do from here.
Well,
it's red time in the last 3 or 4 minutes when you really want to be critical with the ball possessions, especially a game like this.
And if you are just joining us live on the Australian Lacrosse Network, currently 6-5 the way of Victoria with 3 minutes and 15 left in the second term. And South Australia with an opportunity to try and tie it up for half time. But I'm sure Victoria have a different idea. They would love to turn the ball over and come down and put a 2-goal gap in it at half time. So ball out the top. Jacob Newman with the ball. Picked up McKinnon. Double comes. Dunham. Ball down the back. Turns around, finds Lim, just can't quite take a handle of the ball there. Good option to find Newman. Jacob Newman chasing down there. Looks to release now. Great work there from Dunham.
He's been solid, young Dunham.
I reckon that's 2 really intense carries he's had. One out just in front of us here. And we're going to have a timeout here, are we, Victoria? As just allowing a few changes here. Must be loose equipment, I reckon that was stopped for. So, opportunity. Ball comes down. Plum. That's not a great pass to Plum. Ball looks up. Oh, that's not a great pass there. And he'll need to get that back, Harris, as Gibson looks to go about his work. Opportunity here. And crease for as Watts picks the ball up. And an opportunity to run it out here. King, he's got one in the middle as Harris brings the ball up and over. So Josh Harris, saw him score for the Sharks in San Diego. Josh Harris on a transition ball. Oh, Winnan looks to step inside. 1 minute 40 on the game clock. 52 seconds left on the shot clock. Kai Williams picks up Donnie Howard. Donnie Howard on the left looks to inside again. And that could be no flag there. As Ollie Walsh is just picking out his teeth or putting his mouth guard back in. So another opportunity here for Victoria. Limited time in this second term. And a timeout. And I thought that would have been coming, Dave.
Yeah, very much. Use up what time they got left now to settle down to one play. Just like that check from number 14, Victoria, Brock Goulet, at last. Someone dropped the shoulder in.
And just made him say, why are you standing there?
Don't come back.
That's 2 occasions where the SA player has been open in the crease.
Yep.
One dropped the ball and one didn't get near the ball and turned over. So a bit like Victoria down in the other end where they've turned it over a couple of times, they've started to tighten that up and try and find those bottom corners, and they've been very good down there. And a great timeout, and the reason for that is there's 1 minute and 6 seconds left on the game clock and 66 seconds left on the shot clock. So they are exactly the same. 66 and 66. All the thickness, Dave.
Be lucky for some, playing bingo.
Well, the only problem is there's no number 6 for Victoria, so we can't even roll with that. There's not even a 6 on their score sheet.
No, there's not.
So something's going to break the mould. So Victoria, timeout called. Gareth Allen has a conversation with his troops. So looking for last shot of the quarter, and what a way to go into half time is if they can put one on the scoreboard here and just create that little mini break. Good work there from Lewis King, just against Chris Plum. Ball over the top here, finds Gibson. Gibson looks to get in, does fire, and that's gone wide. So no reset on the clock. Didn't touch the goalie or the post. Looks to come around Aaron Battis, and that doesn't touch the keeper either. So another opportunity here as Baker looks on the bottom, finds, and there it is.
Goes.
And Mollison, that's the one that they were looking for. 20 seconds or 26 seconds left in the game clock, and they take a 2-goal lead, and Tom Mollison gets his second of the quarter.
Yeah, as I said before, he's a very busy player. He cuts well and just finds himself open the crease so many times. He's a real quality.
So a 7-5 game at the moment. Have South Australia got enough time to get another one, or did Victoria win one out the face? They're starting to win the face, Dave.
Yeah, they're starting to get going forward. They've won 4 this quarter.
And that's an illegal procedure on Victoria, so they're not going to win that one. Okay, so an opportunity here for South Australia to strike before the half. Currently 7-5 down. Ball with Henry Haskett. Haskett fires over. I'd be looking at Williams, and Williams is looking at top corners. 22 seconds. I reckon Jesse Winnan wants this ball in his stick.
It'd be better to lock him off this last 22. Don't
So
just deny
Winnan
him.
looks it back. So Winnan looks to do some work. He's going to draw a crowd, whatever. As fires, that's hit the back of the net. Player down in the centre there is Noah Haskett. Limited time on the goal, and the ball's hit the deck, and that will end up the half. Really entertaining game of lacrosse at the moment, with Victoria leading 7-5.
Very, very good quality. Just noted there, number 15, Victoria, Big Lockie Russell's now picking up Jesse, so that might be the matchup, I think, to put a little bit of muscle on him.
They've had a bit of a change there, 7-5 at half-time, and it is somewhat of an arm wrestle. Victoria just late there, just starting to flex a bit of muscle, both physically in their defensive end and on the scoreboard. Couple as they head into the change rooms at half time, maybe just to get out of the cool. Dave, you a big fan of that?
Not really.
No, old school says sit out in the mud and the rain. And,
just stay out. But anyway.
And South Australia, they are going about their work. We've got the our broadcast partner in the Susafanos Foundation are doing a great job with women's lacrosse, as Dave just finds the stats there. Dave, why Victoria are up stat-wise at the moment that you're seeing on your sheets? Anything there telling you a story?
Yeah, well, Victoria's just letting the face off that first half with 8 face-offs. And critically, three of those 8 have gone forward into a fast break situation. And South Australia's picked up 5 for the half, and one of those just going in forward. But the shots are certainly 15 shots on the net for Victoria, and 3 went wide for that half. And South Australia slowed up a fair bit. They had 11 for that first half on the goal, and 7 hit the back fence. So
okay, so they're shooting basically 5 of 18. So
yep,
shooting
11.
31% at the moment, and Victoria just a little higher. So that is saying a lot. Both teams with penalties, and but they've sort of almost nullified each other with the penalties. The one thing that I did see out there was, South Australia, when they did have those 2 1/ and 1 30-second penalty, when they turned over the ball twice in their power play, not ideal from a coaching perspective. I'm sure Cam Adams will have a discussion around that.
Yeah, I mean, we all know how critical the man-ups are, and if you get those opportunities, you're really going to make the most of them.
And I tell you what, opportunities do present, Dave, and I'm glad you said that, because we're just going to have a quick break, and we'll hear a word from our broadcast sponsors in the Susafanos Foundation.
Really looking forward to today's session. Let's make sure we're focused, bring you intensity and lots of communication. Vital today. So let's have a great session. Short and sharp. Here we go. Okay girls, just going to do the monkey in the middle, one at each end, two in the middle, catch, take, quick release, other way. The culture side is the part that I love. Leadership, player well-being. What do we need? How do we get it? Areas that we think we can add to. Okay, Aussies on three. 1, 2, 3, Aussies! Really looking forward to today's
And welcome back to the Australian Lacrosse Network. A little about the Sue Stefanos Foundation. It was established in honour of the late Sue Melly Stefanos, OAM, with the purpose of supporting Australian women's lacrosse teams now and into the future. Posthumously, we aim to fulfil Sue's dream of providing holistic and sustained support, including but not limited to alleviating financial pressures for the players and staff as they prepare to represent Australia. As the foundation fund grows, this support will extend to more teams across more levels with the aim of supporting as many Australian representative teams as we possibly can. All lacrosse players representing Australia are self-funded. This means that they will pay for everything that is required to compete on the world stage, including but not limited to training camps, uniforms, flights, accommodations and more. Every dollar that you contribute will alleviate this financial pressure, allowing the athletes to focus on their game and be the best athletes they can be. It costs over $20,000 to send one athlete to a world championship. We understand that you don't become an Australian women's lacrosse player overnight, and future plans are being considered as to how the foundation can assist the future stars. So get in touch with the Sue Stefanos Foundation and support that which is supporting our local athletes. But on to halftime action here, Dave. A couple of people missing tonight from these two teams. They might have made a difference out there so far.
Victoria's missing the number 3, James Lawson, who's the prime feeder, an outstanding player. He's not available just at the moment. I think he'll be right towards the end of the week. So you can probably see a little bit of rhythm, just not quite as smooth as normal when Jimbo's out there, particularly his mate Plummy.
And as the face-off takes place, young Jack Inge, one Jackson Stock, is also out for South Australia, which is, might make a difference if he can get up again for the end of the week.
Well, let's hope so. We want the best players out there.
Well, the National Championships is all about having the best, and do yourself a favour, as the week goes on, get down here to the Footscray Lacrosse Club and come and see future Olympians, because there will certainly be some of these players that will compete for Australia in the Olympics. Right now, Victoria are in an offensive set. Plum fires that one just to the right of the cage. No damage done. But they're those little shots, aren't they, in this light, where keepers struggle.
Oh, that was, he's a shot. Bacon up.
So Josh Harris picking up Mitch Baker this time. And ball rotates around. Down the back here to Gibson. Gibson likes his matchup. Good save there from Watts.
He read that. He knew where that shot was going.
And now they've got to clear this ball. So an opportunity. Haskett doesn't see him. Pick the pocket up and over, and does that easily with 10 seconds to spare. I tell you, at the moment, Dave, South Australia making it look a lot harder to get the ball up over the halfway line than Victoria are in their clears.
Yeah, well, I just guess they just want to get into that match practice and be that mindset, be wary of the clock.
So Haskett kicks the ball up. Here's Price. Got
Good
one
leg speed
early in the game. Again, looks to come around and fires, and another great save there from Sean Aaron, and he's seen plenty of Jack Price just quietly at Aussie trainings. But Sean Aaron, absolute superstar in the cage, not only for Victoria but also for Australia. And Victoria, on the back of that save, have another offensive foray. So keepers both with a save each to start the third quarter. They're doing their job at the moment.
Yeah, Buchanan off the top with dominant lefty. Stays on his right.
And Buchanan throws that one to the right. You can just see both keepers almost not liking this light, are they?
No, it's...
they think they've got it, and then it's just not not great.
I think the low shots are the ones that worry them the most. They just don't pick it up.
So ball down the back with Aaron Batsis. Looks, kicks over to Howard. Howard already with one from this side. Looks to step in and step down, but good pressure there from K-Man. Aaron Batts up against King. Aaron Batts looking to run. Baker fires the ball over, finds Gibson. Gibson to Buchanan. Buchanan looks to roll in on Doug Brooks. Buchanan, good save again from Watts. That's two good saves and an opportunity here. Ball to be won. Who's going to win that ball? Need to flick it out. Ball comes up and over. And a reset on the clock because it hit the keeper.
Yeah, these ground balls, Tony, critical at this level of play. Got to hustle and get those ground balls up.
Well, they just wait on it, and which drew a crowd, which makes it even harder to pick it up. You're better off just getting your boot on it and kicking it to space. And that misses up and over. Is that one going to go up and over? No. But
two great
ball
Baker.
kicked down, so a good pick up there from James Mullins. Mullins looks to go back. Oh, that's not a great pass, but Doug Brooks doing a good job. Need to get it up and over that 20 seconds as 8 seconds left on that clear. And good work there from the defence to clear. Oh, just on the bottom corner was Palmer with the long stick. You don't expect them to be on your crease.
Good move to hide himself down there.
I mean, I understand at my height with a short stick, Dave, well, I could hide, but Pat Palmer at his height and with a long stick.
Yeah, we're looking at South Australia now. They'll need this next goal.
Yeah, we were talking about it at half-time. If South Australia can get one early, then, and again, just those passes need to be better. Jesse Winnan picked up by Lockie Russell. Russell looks to put some pressure. Might have got one right across the knee then. Russell, double comes. Oh, Winnan steps through again. And Jesse Winnan wore some heat in that there, but it was all stick heat. And he must have lathered himself up in Vaseline, Winnan, because that's twice he's got through, Dave.
Well, he was half contained, but the Victorian defence didn't finish him off. And that closes up the gap. Back to one.
Back to one. Yeah, we were talking at half-time that if Victoria can get a couple on the board, it almost takes it out to a double lead. And young Inge comes in up against Jenny. Jenny with the experience in the centre draw, or face-off, I should say. Commentating a lot of women's lacrosse these days. Ball down to Baker, who fires it through the back, through X. Gibson has Aaron Batsis. Over to Baker. And set another really wide set here. Buchanan. His movement's been good, Buchanan.
Yeah, he plays like his dad.
Really...
very quick on his feet. Dominant left-hander.
And Howard looks to go left this time.
Time for Donny, I think. Had a quiet second.
Picked up here by Haskett. Double comes. Oh, that's going to be over and back. So that will be a over and back. And an opportunity here for Pike. He can go. Pike takes off, looks inside, finds Haskett. Haskett gets another one, and that's against the grain. Not much Aaron could do with that. But good ball movement there, and really smarts on Ed Pike out here to see that over and back and know he could just go. And Noah Haskett just turned the other way and won against the grain, and we've got an even game again, 7-all. So South Australia get the first two of the third term, but it's been dominant in the face. So McKinnon, good opportunity there. Great pick up there from young Jack Inge as Newman gets the ball. Double up the top here. And that's got to be a hold, and it is called. So a hold on the play it will be. It's only 30 seconds, it's not a lifetime, so just take it, move on.
Yeah, Brock Goulet just holding the stick down there.
And again, good work from a young, we were talking, you know, how young this team was a couple of years ago, and some of these players are still sort of only a couple of years older. But young Noah Haskett there, just with plenty of pressure from 2 long sticks. And South Australia with a real opportunity here to get the first 3 of the 3rd term in a power play situation. Last couple of these, they've turned it over and not had the opportunity. Oh, I tell you what, there's one for the neighbours down the street. That has gone mid to higher from Kai Williams. So penalty released, and Price just takes the ball back up the top. So 50 seconds left on the shot clock. Price looks to run the right-hand side. Double comes really quickly, rolls around, pops it over here to Williams, back to Price. Price now picks up the shorty, and just wearing the pressure there from Yeoman. And Winnan, looks down. That's a great pickup and a great save too from Aaron. Arlen Lim picking that off his toes, and great run off there from as Harris picks it up and brings it over the halfway line. And nothing slow clear called here as Jesse Winnan comes back over the halfway line. He's probably sitting there thinking, what am I doing going into defence?
I'm sure it won't happen again.
Yeah, I always found it as an attacker, Dave, it was like stepping up steps to go over the halfway line. Oh, that's a terrible pass.
Yeah, not the same page there.
They, but clear here. So ball in the stick here of Yeoman. Yeoman.
Liam Fethergill, I believe.
Oh, is that Fothergill, is it?
Yeah.
What have I got on me? I've got Josh
Yeoman. Did have the original sheet that had Yeoman down to 7.
Okay, so Fothergill. So Liam Fothergill. I heard you say Liam before, and I went, hang on, that's not what I have, but we'll replace that. Winnan. Just, this is where he just holds such a good body. And that's that box player in him, where he steps off and creates. Just such good stick skills does Jesse Winnan. As Jack Waller, haven't called his name much tonight. I said he might be one to watch out for pre-game. Ball comes down the back. South Australia with the only 2 goals of the... Oh, that's off the keeper, so that's going to be a reset. Good save again from Sean Aaron. Ball comes back up the top. Jack Waller picked up here by... McKinnon.
Yeah.
Ball rotates down the back. Winnan. Definite change there for Victoria with Lockie Russell on Winnan. Pike. That double comes really quickly as Waller looks to fire. Recovered well there, did Campbell McKinnon. Double had Arlen Lim with the ball. Looks at Winnan. This is where he does, and it's that box. Ball on the deck. So reset on the clock. So another 80-second shot clock. Ball down the back. Finds Ed Pike. Pike up against Fothergill. As Doug Brooks picks the ball up, kicks it back up the top. Finds Justin Still. Justin Still looks to turn, gets a good piece of stick. Good hold there from, and a flag on the play. He's going to wear a slash here, and cross check on that one.
They hit him up high.
So he got him with the original contact. I thought he might have got him with the slash there, but either or, it's a 1-minute penalty. And a good little bit of pressure added there from Justin Still to get onto the cage. But 1-minute man up again here for South Australia. Looks to rotate. Ball up the top to Pike. Pike finds Price. Price looks down. That's
great
pick up there. Good save from the keeper and rolls around now. Price back up the top, fires, and Price puts that one as a flag flies, and another one coming in here. So there's flags flying everywhere, and we might see some big penalty here as the clock stopped. But number one, Jack Price ripping the left-hand pipe for the third goal for South Australia, and we'll assess what the officials are going to say here. So Price gets his second. I think we're going to have an unsportsmanlike here. We might have a cross-check as well. So there's 1, 2 sitting in the box and looking for a third, I reckon. So, and being it that it's after the goal, that will be a South Australian ball.
Yes, as we know, when you've got one in the box, you certainly don't wait to it, and that's what's going to happen now with Victoria.
All right, let's see, Tim Kennedy, what these calls are. 17 for a slash for 1. Simultaneous penalties. Unsportsmanlike for 1. And red 6 unsportsmanlike for 1. After the goal, no, before the goal, so face-off will appear. So Victoria with 2 men in the box, South Australia with 1 man in the box. So we see Shea Moat sitting down in the box for Victoria. And I was trying to pick up the other one that actually got put in there. I'm still trying to pick up a number. But they're 2 poles, so... for South Australia, I think that's... I can't actually tell. I think it's... Yeah. Anyway, 2 minutes, 1 minute opportunity here, and Jenny wins another face-off. So South Australia will be man up for 1 minute here. And ball up the top. And the shot clock here, this is where it does matter, because even if you hold the penalty out, you're still only going to have 11 seconds to shoot.
Yeah.
And you'll still be 1 player down.
Here he goes.
And flag on the play. That's going to be a hold here, and that will go on Pat Palmer. So I think you'll see this for a 30-second hold.
Just interesting to note, Tony, South Australia had 7 shots combined in that second quarter. They've had 8 on the goal alone this quarter for their 3 goals. So they're really up the ante on the attacking half.
So now they're man up, Victoria, because one of those penalties has been released. And that was a 30-second hold there on Pat Palmer. So man up opportunity. They go from being a man down to man up, and they get a full reset on the clock.
Yeah, no crease. It's
so
on the
Aaron
outside.
Batsis
Kicks it.
just trying to rotate. So it's 5 on 4 out there at the moment. So a bit more space for Victoria in the man up. That's not a great shot against this quality of keepers. That little bounce pass that just sits up waist tight.
He's got it.
And good save there
it.
from Watts. Watts gets nailed and shot up and over the top there as Cody Watts just got nailed by his own teammate on the ground. And Cal Gibson fires one to an open net up and over.
Very unusual for him.
We're back to even, Dave.
Oh, it's exciting, Tony. No in the box.
We're even on the scoreboard. We're even on the field. We're even in the box.
Play.
And Plum looks to step inside. Plum loses the ball. Ball comes down. King loses his feet. Grass Monster, that'll be... That's a trip and caught. Well, it's either a trip or an interference call. We'll see which one it is. It'll be 1 second or a metre. Good save again from Cody Watts. He's been big in the cage this quarter. So, we'll just listen. 30-second, yeah, interference call. So, not deemed to be a deliberate trip, which would be a 1 minute penalty. But Victoria again go in a man-up situation.
Yep.
Although this time 6 on 5.
Now it's critical for Victoria to score, because this game looks like it's going to be down to who scores on their man-ups.
Well, I'm still picking a golden goal, Dave. Just for our viewers, look, steps around. Cody Watts, another big save on the door. Just got to change the plane. And Watts just goes long, fires up and over, winning. Oh, this could work for South Australia. Well, it certainly worked with the clear. I'd give the ball to that man there, Jesse Winnan, because he does hold a good ball. Set out nice and wide here. Winnan looks to get inside and under as tries to pick him off. Ball
He's on
lost.
the ground.
And good work there from Lockie Russell. Does do exactly that. So ball coming out here. Gonna have to watch the offside. Kai being asked to stay, Williams. So Jesse that time just trying to do too much.
Yeah, I said again, I think the matchup with Russell going to him certainly brought the odds back in Victoria's favour. Being the big dominant left-hander is going to send those checks around Jesse's front. He's Baker.
You just feel like he's going to explode, don't you, Mitch Baker? At some point.
He'll need to improve the shooting in close. He's a cut. I didn't want him.
He looks up the top to Aaron Batsis. King, good work. Back. Oh, great pick off. And that's Harris. That just, he read that like that 50-cent novel I bought at the op shop the other day. Harris kicks it over to Palmer. And clear. Winnan looks to fire, does fire. And that's a save from ball up, over, and time goes. And nothing there as the whistle goes. So South Australia getting back into the game. We've got a 7-all ball game at three-quarter time here. And does it get any better than this for your first game, Dave?
No, might be ready for that golden goal.
I don't know that anyone wants to be sitting next to me when that happens. But we've certainly set it up for it. And you've got to say that the Footscray Lacrosse Club have done a magnificent job down here with these grounds and the setup of this tournament. So to Lachlan Williams and all the members at the Footscray Lacrosse Club, it takes a lot of people to make these things happen, a lot of volunteers hours. So big shout out to all the Footscray and lacrosse volunteers, because I know that people from other clubs come down and do a lot of work as well. Dave, it's one of the things that we cherish in our sport, that everyone just digs in, don't they?
Yeah, everyone's happy to help out where they can, and all for the benefit of the game. No money involved. It's all people love to put on a good show.
And speaking of good show, any stats that are standing out? Highlight that quarter?
Well, against South Australia scored their 3 goals with 8 shots on the net, 2 went wide. Victoria goalless. 7 shots on the net and 1, 2, 4 went wide. So they had a bit of a drought there.
So it is three-quarter time. It is 7-all. And you are live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network. We have 15 minutes to try and to determine a winner. If we can't, we're going to my favourite golden goal. Ball back in the centre. Clark. He's got other ideas. Clarkie wins the ball and just rotates it back up the top there to Campbell McKinnon. And McKinnon makes his way off, as does the defender, to get their offensive set in. Who are you looking to stand up here for Victoria in this fourth quarter? Oh, that's not the way you start. And that is over and back. So another opportunity here for South Australia. Pike takes the ball, looks over, finds Winnan. Good big save there again from Aaron, one-on-one. But losing the ball, manages to pick it up there, does Shea Moat. And pressure as Plum. Just one can go for South Australia. And they were just talking about it on the halfway line. Looks over and out of nothing there. South Australia stuck on this halfway line, wondering who's coming. And on the back corner, we find Marcus Arambatsis just sitting by himself. Good feed across the cage. And Arambatsis, well, he's got designs on not letting me have a golden goal.
I've got that at 8-all. Tony, what do you got?
Well, I've got 8-7.
Oh, I like it. My score's better. That'll be thrilling.
Oh, no, 8-all.
There you
Yep,
go.
you are correct. Sorry. Arambatsis, 8-all. So maybe I am headed to my golden goal. I'm just trying to do myself out of one, Dave. Ball comes out, and that's going to be a red ball, as that has come off a blue stick. So red ball is the correct call. Picked up by Jacob Newman. Newman finds Kai Williams. So Victoria with the first strike in this fourth quarter on the cage. And it came out of nothing, didn't it?
Yeah,
South
it
Australia.
was just unsettled.
Just had an opportunity, did South Australia, and out of nothing. And Arambatsis, right place, right time. Still got to finish him. Jacob Newman up to Jesse Winnan. Jesse Winnan looks to free his hands. Does free his hands, and Winnan
Too close.
puts that into the 5-hole. And Jesse Winnan, he's got a handful now.
Just too close.
Just allowed too much space there. Again, he just didn't. You've got to shut down that space in front of Jesse Winnan. Even if you make, you've got to turn him. And because if you don't, and he can free those hands, he's a good shot on the ball. And South Australia back up by 1 now. 9-8 is the score. We hope you're enjoying this live and free coverage on the Australian Lacrosse Network. You've got Dave Joy in the commentary box with myself, Tony Watts. And on the camera, Christian Leray catching all the action up there. And it's a beautiful night for lacrosse now. It almost feels like it's warmed up down here, Dave.
Has it?
Either that or I can't feel any of my
I think
extremities.
it's more like that, Tom.
So ball with Campbell McKinnon. And Donnie Howard picks the ball up. Howard tries the hidden ball trick with McKinnon, didn't work. Ball on the bottom corner. Gibson just loses his defender. Shot comes and goes wide and out of bounds. And just needed to go. Doesn't see him coming up behind him. And able to get James Mullins, who is that defensive midi, into the play. And that one there, I don't know, what are you thinking of that shot, Dave?
Wide.
You can be nice. Yeah, look, possession shot maybe, looking for a shot clock reset. Hit a bar maybe. Howard, 27 seconds left on the shot clock. Looking to take space there is James Mullins. Mullins just fires. Good save there from Watts. That has come off at a massive speed.
That was scorching.
I think he'd be wringing his hands at the moment from where he got that. But another big save from Watts. So he's come up big. McKinnon, you cannot let your player go like that.
And you know he's a dominant left-hander. Really should be guarding the centre of the field, sending him down the other lane to his right hand.
So a reset on the clock from that last save. Leaves about 60 seconds on the shot clock. Baker with the ball. Arambatsis just tries to bamboozle on that back corner. Buchanan with the ball now. Looks to get inside. Does get inside. Good work there from Palmer as Buchanan holds a great ball, didn't he?
Good stick work. Yeah, very nice. Here we go. Go.
As
Gibson.
Gibson, tink off the bar. Ball heading to go out of bounds. And it's closest to out. That'll be a red ball. That'll be a red ball. And more than that, it was actually not off Blue.
It's a shot.
But it was a shot, and Blue stepped out of bounds, so that actually didn't allow that to count. So Blue stepping out of bounds can't be first on.
With the leg speed here, Price.
He likes his matchup, doesn't he? As Justin Steele comes up, looks to start something up here against McKinnon on the left, looks to roll back. Again, carries a pretty good ball, looks inside, just misses Haskett, but that goes straight to Aaron. Aaron had to be on his guard. That could be one on the back hip. Henry Haskett,
Corners.
Opportunity here, Howard, and that's going to be a red ball. And Cody Watts not very happy with the adjudication there of Mr. Tim Kennedy. Thought that he was closest. But have a guess what? The official is always right. Looks inside, just gets crunched there. Good work there from Harris. Harris looks in, kicks it to Cody. And Watts releases on this outer side, Seacamp. Seacamp fires the ball there to Waller.
Oh, that's gone.
And that is not a great pass at all there from Tom Seacamp. Didn't give his short sticks any opportunity there. So reset on the clock, 80 seconds on the shot clock. And we got a timeout here to Victoria. Currently 9-8 is the scoreline. We have 9 minutes and 13 seconds left in this fourth quarter. And I'll tell you, if it's nothing else, Mr. Dave Joy, it's entertaining.
That's
This
why
game.
people pay the big money, Tony.
They do, don't they?
Good viewing.
Yeah, they and that's why they get it for nothing. I can't believe that.
Nothing.
We need to talk about this, I think, bringing live and free lacrosse to you on the Australian Lacrosse Network with our broadcast sponsor, the Sue Stefanos Foundation. Have we got a big twist in this game yet to come? This is a huge game in the context of this championship too.
First win so critical.
We saw the women play here the game before WA-SA, and it's always that first, especially the WA-SA Vic games, they're always the ones that matter, don't they? And if you can get the first win on the board, you almost set yourself up straight away for a championship final.
Yeah, very much. If you win that first one, you're in the box soup with the win. And it's up to the other two states to see who's going to come and challenge her in the final, normally.
And WA, they played the Australian under-20s today. Had a good hit out against them. I saw the score at one point. It was 11-4. I don't know what it ended up being on the outside.
11-6.
11-6. So, competitive game.
Yeah, well, Aussie guys, naturally enough, need more game time together. They've got a few on the injured list too, so yeah, they'll warm up through this week.
Donnie Howard just giving the crowd a free ball, as there was another one on the other side. So 70 seconds left on the shot clock. Victoria currently one down and really wide set. Picked up there from James Mullins on Donnie Howard. Who's going to stand up here for Victoria? Is it the Isaacson Trophy winner in Cal Ward? Or is it Baker? Looks up, looked at Howard, just didn't have it. 40 seconds still left on the shot clock. Aaron Batts is up the top against Seacamp. Pick comes in as Seacamp just runs him down that right-hand pipe. And gets inside, looks open. Good rotation here. Baker, he'll look to come around and shoot here if he can free the hands.
Well, he's
good
got
work.
3 on him.
Plum up the top, had to be a free man. Finds Howard. Howard with an opportunity here that has reset off the shot clock right on the death of that shot clock. So they get another 80 seconds. That's time management right there. Baker runs the ball up the top. Finds Gibson, who just had some sticky in that stick there. Aaron Batsis got one earlier as Howard looks inside.
There's
and Plum just steps across and just losing his man there in the centre was Seacamp. And Harris had to come with him. He was guarding his man on the outer side. And we've got a 9-all ball game here with 7 minutes 40 to go in the fourth term. Good work from Plum for his first of the night.
It was Baker.
Oh, was that Baker that came across then?
Yeah, number 2.
Sorry, I thought it was Chris Plum. But Baker with that one.
Interestingly, that's probably the second cut that Victorian have put someone inside. All about dodging from the outside. Here's the big unit. Noah Jenny.
Well, he hasn't lost too many face-offs that he's taken tonight, Noah Jenny. I reckon he'd probably be going, if he's not going at 100%, he's going at 95.
Yeah, Victoria leading him at
Baker
13.
again. Just allowed him to get on his right hand. And Henry Haskett just stepped off Baker then. And Baker just went, well, where are you going, Mr. Henry Haskett? Stepped off, got in his right hand, and he's on that 11-metre mark or just inside from the women's fan, and pops it top left. And Baker, we asked who was going to stand up. That's 2 in a row in a minute. So Baker gets Victoria out to a 1-goal lead. And that's in the blink of an eye. South Australia been holding that 1-goal lead for a fair bit of time. And again, looking to get in here. Are the floodgates about to open? Not good back up there from Aaron Batsis.
Victoria's in a hurry. Look at this.
Well, they've just decided that they don't want to go to a golden goal. They want to really put a wedge in this score and try and really eke it out.
Victoria leading 10-9.
And not a great pass there up to Howard. Plum. I called him before. Maybe I've called him too early. As Watts with a big save. Haskett with the ball. Looks up. And ball is underway. So Palmer used to be a shorty in his day, but has turned to a long stick. And he gives the ball up. Pick comes in there from Ed Pike. And just like this game all night, it's ebbed and flowed. And now we have Walsh, who picks up Howard. Ball down the back. Pike looks to come around the right hand, and that's not a great shot in the scheme of their offensive set. As Sean Aaron just holding that right line. And pace here from... looks over again, and there's Aaron Batsis again. That is almost a carbon copy of the one earlier in that transition ball.
He was about 6'6". You can't miss him, Tony.
And Cal Gibson turned on a dime here from that transition. Looks up, and Aaron Batsis sitting all alone on a back corner.
Yeah, those two combined for that first goal in this quarter. Exactly the same play.
And out to a 2-goal lead here are Victoria, and they're 3-1 in this third term. After it,
that's you, not yourself.
sorry, that's Aaron Batsis. That's his second in the.
Yeah, it's his second. Yeah.
Sorry, in this quarter.
Touch.
Again, Victoria dominating the face-offs now.
So Fothergill with the ball. And 2-goal deficit now with about 5 to go in the game. So you take a little bit of time out of this. You can use the shot clock to your advantage. I mean, you can't stall and you can't take too much time out, but you get down to that 5 or 6 seconds and...
He's Gibson, he's got to go.
Gibbo looking like he
got the motor running, he hadn't scored himself, he's assisted.
Mollison. They're just utilising this shot clock. Down to 30 seconds now.
Yeah, they're stretching it.
And Baker comes up the top against King.
Now for South Australia, they can't afford the foul.
So, sets a pick. And that's Tink off the bar. Now that's perfect for Victoria, because that's actually pinged the bar and it's given them a reset on the shot clock. So they've got another 80 seconds now. And that's probably perfect time management with this shot clock in effect. Ball to Plum to Baker. Looking to get in and under. Baker with a couple already this quarter. Picked up Lewis King. Ball rotates over. Aaron Batsis He's a goal scorer tonight,
Oh,
gets in again and loses the ball, but crease violation. And an opportunity finds Newman. So a break here for South Australia. Newman gets down, doesn't see him come off the wing. Oh, gets a big save there from Sean Aaron. But Jesse Winham with the backup on the outer side. 11-9 is the score, 3.5 to go. Can Jesse Winham? He's got 5 already. Oh, he steps in again. Good save again from Aaron. And ball coming back the other way through McKinnon. Aaron Batsis.
Yeah, you're going to milk it.
And 80 seconds is a long time when you've got 3 minutes to get through.
Of course, the advantage Victoria have is they're winning the face-offs.
So even if South Australia score, they could get another 80-second opportunity. That's going to be 2.5 minutes. There's only 3.5 minutes left in this contest. Ball back up the top, but they are looking to put more scoreboard pressure on the South Australian Reds team. Baker comes around the bottom corner.
There's
Slide comes early. Now there's got to be an open man here. Aaron Batsis off the bar. Tink, tink, tink it goes. And might need a new set of paint on that left-hand bar. It's been hit twice in the last couple of minutes.
We got the timeout.
A dead ball timeout called there. So South Australia calling a timeout. And Victoria arguing that they had the ball, but it was a dead ball, so they can call a timeout in their defensive end. And they will just have a chat about this last, what do we got? About 2 minutes 20. There's 80 seconds on the shot clock as it's just been reset. So if they can have, do exactly what they did then, Dave, run the shot clock, get it down, ping another pipe, or a goal will seal it. But if they ping another pipe and they get first on, they'll have 80 seconds. South Australia have to push out and they'll have to send their goalie because you've got to try and turn the ball over.
Yeah, as I say again, so critical that South Australia don't foul, that's for sure, thrown into that mix.
Otherwise it just makes it. So, look, 2 goals down. One thing we know about this great game of ours is there are twists and turns all over the place. And you would have thought at about 7 minutes to go in this game, South Australia are up by 1. And where's it going to come from? Well, it's come from the sticks of Baker and Aaron Batsis. And it's put a 2-goal deficit from a 2-goal advantage from a 1-goal deficit. So South Australia have to push out and try and dispossess a ball here.
Yeah, Victoria look for the short sticks. They're up the top with Donny Howard.
He's got Henry Haskett on him. And you've got James Mullins on Buchanan. So they're quite happy to
he may even kill this and put it in the back corner when he's finished.
And there's the shorty. No?
Yep.
Switch,
he got the long.
Switch, got the longie on him. So, but Plum up against Harris. That's a good matchup. Don't mind that matchup. Looks to Howard up the top. And he just releases him now. So there's the shorty matchup they were looking for. Henry Haskett against Howard. Howard coming down left. Fires. Good save from Watts.
That's well read.
That was right out of the light, wasn't it? You saw him almost go Haskett. Needs to get the ball over. As cross-check to the stomach there. And Haskett just getting up. So Haskett just locking off Gibson now. So that could just about do it. 50 seconds on and 65 seconds on the shot clock. They don't actually have to do anything. South Australia need to push here. Ball dispossessed. But Howard's not really that fast. of getting up there. We see Haskett. Haskett needs to, you know what, Haskett needs to, he needed to find the halfway line then and get a sub from the offensive end. Wynnum was screaming at him to do that. And a timeout, and Haskett is feeling the effects of that contest out here where he ran into the old Malachi crunch, Dave, with the 3 players.
Yeah, he copped that triple team. He had nowhere to go.
So, and we don't mind the fact that that's just tough, hard lacrosse in a nothing untoward in that. The play gets let go. That's good officiating by Tim Kennedy, who was right on that spot.
Yeah, he was telling them what was required there. It was good. Good umpiring.
So South Australia currently 11-9 down with about 20 seconds to go in this contest. Victoria call a timeout. Are they just going to put a little bit of a cherry on the cake here and try and stick another one in the back of the cage just for goal advantage as we go into these pool games? They do become very, very required sometimes to have when sometimes these goal advantages come down, but I'd suggest they're just going to hold this ball up here. As Palmer up against McKinnon. And again, they've seen plenty of work together. McKinnon, he's just running the clock here. So McKinnon up against Palmer, and that is game. And a great game of lacrosse here sees Victoria run out 11-9 winners against South Australia. Lacrosse definitely is a winner tonight. Victoria will take the spoils, but South Australia, they can hold their head up high. They certainly came to play and were in contest for a long, long period in this game, probably to the last sort of 3.5, 4 minutes. And what about stats for tonight, Dave? Anything that's standing out at the moment?
Well, obviously Victoria very dominant in the face-off, winning 17-6. And the shots on goal, 30 for Victoria, and they picked up 11 out of those, and missing 13.
Yep.
And for South Australia, 25 on the net, and 9 hit the back fence. So total of 34 all up.
So
43 Victoria, 34 South Australia.
And good amount of shots in the game for both sides, and goal scorers tonight. Well, Mitch Baker, he led the scoring for Victoria. He had 4. Donnie Howard, he ended up with 2. We had Tommy Mollison with a couple.
2.
Campbell McKinnon with 1. And Marcus Arambatsis, he had 2 also. And on the SA side, we had Price with 2. Winnan, he led the scoring with 5. Williams snuck in there with 1. Noah Haskett also with 1, and that rounds out their 9 goals. Now, this is the big stuff, Dave. It's MVP time. Who are you seeing for Victoria MVP? Who are you seeing for South Australia?
I'm going to go Noah Jenny.
Noah Jennings in the face-off for
number
Victoria.
5. The big unit, number 5.
The big unit.
Who you got for SA?
I look down, as I look there, who have you got for SA?
I think their goalkeeper.
I think Cody Watts.
Yeah, I think he was very good. Could have been a lot more if he hadn't been on his game tonight. Do you agree with that?
Well, I can't take the same as you. I do agree with that, to be honest.
Okay.
But I'm going to go Jesse Winnan with 5 in a game, only because I can't take the same one as you. That's an ALN requirement.
That.
No, but that's why I gave you first opportunity.
Okay.
And for me, I'm going to go Baker. No, I'm not. I'm going Sean Aaron. I think Sean Aaron was fantastic in the cage as well. So I'll take Sean Aaron for Victoria, and
I'll take the big unit, number 5.
And you'll take Noah Jenny. And you've got Cody Watts for South Australia.
Yeah.
And I've got Jesse winning. So we'll see how we sit here as the two teams come together to shake hands. And they both will be feeling that game. There was a fair bit of pressure on. And I'm sure WA would be here somewhere watching that, if not at home as a group, watching live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network.
I bet you got the heater on too.
So what you're saying is, yeah, the boys are smart. Sitting at home, probably on the big 80-inch, wherever they're staying. And Frenchie and Gmo just sitting there going, you know what, we're warm. Boys, what do you reckon of that? I'm sure they would have liked them to take a bit more skin off before they play both teams. But it is about to be MVP time. And 11-9.
Wasn't really much in it, Tony. It, really swayed when you think about it.
Well, it was that last sort of, I don't know, 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden you had Baker get a couple and you had Aaron Batzes again on the bottom corner.
He was big.
I mean, what was it? It was a 4-goal-to-1 last quarter.
Yeah, well, again, Victoria didn't score in the third, so...
Yeah. I tell you what, if that's a prelude and these two teams make the final on Sunday in the daylight...
Oh, different, totally different. Yeah.
Mind you, what we could have is a little bit of precipitation on that day. So it could change things up. But MVP is about to be announced here, and Henry Haskett gets it for South Australia.
Okay.
Who had a great game as well, and just pulled up a little sore there. He might be in an ice bath later, just quietly. So we missed the South Australian MVP. And for Victoria, as Cam Adams announces the MVP, and it is number 1, Sean Aaron.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough.
So did have a lot of big saves really close to the cage.
Always tough on the goalies, these night games.
Yeah.
Super tough on them.
It is, and to be honest, you're right. It could have gone to both of the goalies, couldn't it?
I thought he was solid.
Tonight.
Yeah.
So, but again, two guys that are both vying for an Australian contract at the moment, and I think the Australian coaches would have liked what they saw out here tonight, given the, given the conditions and the light.
Yeah.
Both of them stood up, and better than that, Australian lacrosse is looking pretty good. There was there's some really good players out there tonight who are going to don that green and gold in not too distant futures. They are. Anyway, it is just about time, I think, to wrap it up, and we might head inside. Big shout out to Christian Leray, aka Mr. Spielberg, up there on the camera. Been standing there all day. Does a fantastic job, does Christian Leray. To the two boys behind us in the production area, Scotty Gill, Blake Brillsborough. We can't talk without them. Dave Joy, thank you so much for joining us here on the Australian Lacrosse Network. Welcome to the first ever one for you. Hope you enjoyed the game as much as I enjoyed having you with us.
Thanks, Tony.
And we look forward to having you back throughout the tournament as the tournament goes on. And on behalf of the Australian Lacrosse Network and myself, Tony Watts, we will see you very soon, as close as tomorrow, for more live and free action. And I'm going to wrap it up now, but I've got one thing to say. Until the sticks are swinging, we'll see you tomorrow.